how do we get people to not only listen to what we're saying, but also agree with what we're saying? Well, one of these tactics is the science of persuasion. Now, this week we talked about some of the different ways that we can persuade people. We actually talked about 5 or 6 different methods, as well as the art of persuasion and Monroe's motivated sequence. Now, I'm credible to talk about this because I watched all of these videos and have decided to try and employ this information. So today I want to talk to you about 3 tactics that we discussed. One is persuasion, which is setting people up to agree with you, and 2 different persuasive techniques, which are reciprocity and consistency. So we have to start off with setting ourselves up. So persuasion. Now this is just preparing the audience to agree with what you're about to say. Now, one of the ways that you can not only use this on others, but you can also use it on yourself, which is really great when you are getting ready to deliver a speech, prepare a speech, or in other aspects of your life. Now, visual aids is a great way to do this. Now you can set up a little picture like somewhere in the top corner of your computer screen that you find really motivating, such as friends, family members, potential partners. But you can also use this in your speeches by putting up a motivational image for your audience to focus on while you're talking that might increase your credibility or make you just seem like someone they can trust. But it's most important that you make the audience recognize the central element of your speech. So understanding the why. Why are you delivering this speech? Why should they trust you? There's so many things that we question on the daily. So being able to set your audience up to agree with you is a very powerful tactic. Now that you've set them up, how do you actually get them to agree with you? Well, the very first method that we talked about was reciprocity. So we like, as a human species, to give things, and we will only give when we expect that we will receive back. We're a little bit selfish in that sense. So it's best if you can make the audience feel like what you are offering them is a very personalized experience. It's not something that is just given to anyone who walks by. It's a tailored experience for them. It'll make them want to give their attention, give their support, and it has to be a little bit unexpected. You can't be standing up here and be like, listen, I am going to give you all of the greatest information in the world and you're going to have to listen to it. They have to kind of be guided into this idea. But how can you really guide someone? Well, one of the ways that you can do that is by using consistency. Consistency are making sure that your audience offers up commitments that they can actually make. You don't want to ask them to book 5 plane rides a year. That's not realistic for most people, and they can say yes just to make you feel better, but it's not something that they're actually going to follow through with. So we want to make sure that we offer an initial commitment. And 3 tactics for this are to be voluntary, active, and public. So their commitments need to be voluntary. They can't be coerced into it. They have to be an active action that can be taken. Using passive techniques is not really truly effective in this sense, and it's best if it's more of a public than a private display in this sense. So today we focused on 3 aspects of public speaking that are all very important in order to increase your credibility, which I think is one of the most important factors of delivering a speech, and also being able to increase the amount of follow-through. Why would you want to stand up here and give a speech if no one's going to actually act on what you're saying? So these things that we talked about were the persuasion, setting the audience up to agree with you, and then 2 aspects of persuasion, reciprocity and consistency. So I urge you to go out and try using some of these tactics in your next speech, your daily life, and see how it can change your life. Thank you.